Hi guys, this is Mr. Kellogg here. I'm going to show you a quick strategy for doing your continental outline that also will apply for you when you do your country outlines as well, just to help you with memory map. And the strategy is basically just connecting the dots. And one thing we got to remember is that we always want to use our grid lines that we created to begin with. So the first thing about drawing the continent of Africa that helps for me is noticing that the point where it begins for me the easiest point for me to start at is where the 30-degree longitude and 30-degree latitude lines meet. And it looks like they basically meet exactly where the continent goes through. So I'm going to find on my sheet 30 degrees, and draw a line right through that point at the angle that the continent goes through there. And before I start drawing, it helps me to figure out where the next point that I'm going to cross a grid line is. So if I'm going to the left or to the west, this direction, I want to see where's the next time that the continent hits a grid line. In this case, it's on the 30-degree point. You can see it on this map that it's right where, just almost all the way to the 15 degrees longitude, but it's the 30-degree latitude line here, and it's pretty close over there. So I'm going to go to that point on my map and draw just right through the line, a small line. That way I know exactly where I need to end up as I'm drawing my continental outline. I know the next line after that, because I can see it on this map here, is where it hits the 15-degree longitude line. So 15 degrees east, I know it hits about here. And notice I can tell from the Tropic of Capricorn, that it's below that. So this point is below the Tropic of Capricorn. So where it's going to hit the 15-degree east line below the Tropic of Capricorn is about here. That's about the right point. I can use the Tropic of Capricorn as a point, and then I can use the next point where it's going to hit my 15 degrees south latitude line. Okay. So notice right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different points that I can connect to connect the dots and make this continental outline correct. So watch me connect the dots. As I come down, I notice that it takes a dip and it comes here. I can see that it's pretty close to the top. There's a good amount of space, but it's pretty close to the top. It's certainly less than halfway down. Comes back and hits that point. Even though this isn't perfect, it's in the right place, and it's got enough space for me to add the countries that I need. Now I can just connect to the next line, and these are pretty straight lines, which helps. For this part, it comes out a little bit, but it definitely comes back and hits that one point. So now I've just connected the dots, and I've got the beginning of my outline. This strategy will help you a lot as you draw this, to know as you draw exactly where you're going to need to cross the lines so that you space it out correctly. Especially when we get to the top, where you want to make sure that you leave space for Spain so that you hit this point right here on the 0-degree longitude line, and then that it comes down across underneath Europe like that. Okay, so by doing that, we're going to make sure we give the right space and are able to fit our countries. Hope this helps.